Hey everyone, welcome to the post-game edition. Chargers win. Chargers are going to the playoffs. Chargers win 40-7 over the New England Patriots with one game left. Chargers have already clinched. Kind of crazy considering where they were a year ago, and now all of a sudden this is a playoff team. Big win for the Chargers again on a Saturday, so it's kind of nice to be able to enjoy the weekend, get to breathe a little bit easier, and you kind of just sit there and watch and you say, okay, what are the possible matchup for this team? We'll let you know right off the bat before Josh and Mario start talking that, look, we're favored to face the Ravens right now. Hopefully things change around a little bit. Don't want to see the Ravens or the Bills in the first round, but either way, let's talk about the win today. Chargers win 40-7, go to New England, take care of business. Every one of you said we were jinxing the team on Thursday. We were not jinxing the team. This is exactly what we expected to happen. I'll light up the victory cigar. Josh, what are your first impressions?
My first impression is we haven't had a complete game in its entirety the entire season. We have some close ones, right? Like the Panthers game was close and a few others. But Mario, from start to finish, we kicked ass. I mean, the game wasn't even close. At the time of possession was Chargers 40 minutes, Patriots 20 minutes. There's nothing close about this game at all. There's a few things that I didn't like. You know, there's never a perfect game, but almost perfect, right? I think almost in every aspect, you got what you wanted to see. Quentin Johnston made some nice catches, even though he dropped one. J.K. Dobbins found himself in the end zone, and Justin Herbert looked fantastic.
I couldn't agree more. It's the best game I think the Chargers have ever played, and it was pure domination from start to finish. There was no left questions unanswered on who the better team was today. It was the Los Angeles Chargers. The worst team was New England Patriots. On any single front, the Chargers rocked them, and it was fun to watch, right? Herbert had his first touchdown pass 40 yards or more since 2020, guys, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So great to see that. Ladd had a great game. Quentin Johnson had a bad drop, but then also made some kind of nice plays for Chargers, especially on a third down. Dave, I was really impressed with this team today. And if you're a Pats fan, I think that was a Jared Mayo might get fired game.
It's funny you said that. I was saying that to Josh because there's no way they're going to fire Mayo after 1 year. I mean, look what he has to work with. They have a ton of cap space, but as the game went on, you could see this is a game where you look for a new head coach. It kind of seems unfair, but hey, that's their problem. You know, no one feels bad for the Patriots. Today was almost a perfect day. I mean, overall, really was almost a perfect day. You know, a little bummed out NFL Network decided to show the last time the Chargers were in the playoffs and lost to Jacksonville. Like, what are you doing? We've had a really good day, and then you're going to show that clip where the team was up 27-0 and we lost. I don't understand that as well. Josh had a couple things going as we always talk about wagering a little bit on the show, right? We had Ladd McConkey catching a touchdown pass, and we had Drake May throwing an interception. It didn't happen. Pretty sure that Josh will write into his will when he passes away. He wants Fulton and May to be pallbearers so they can let him down one more time. Hey, by the way, please like and subscribe to the show. Everybody's in a good mood. There's no reason for you to not like and subscribe to the show right now. Just do it for us. That's all we ask. It's the holidays. Come on. By the way, let everybody know Mario's playing sick today. Mario's not feeling very well. So Josh missed that part before he jumped in the square. But Mario, for some reason, can't even make a flight an hour and a half before throwing up 8 million times next to the person he's sitting on the plane with. So you're always a fun travel buddy, Mario. That's good, but we appreciate you being here.
Lost a sweatshirt in the process, Josh. Had to take off the sweatshirt and throw it away on the plane and just walked back in shame to my seat, where I quickly returned after like 2 minutes because I threw up more.
Oh, man. I'm sorry you're sick. I think everybody I know has gotten sick in the last few weeks.
Dude, it's actually the biggest kick in the nuts of all time. Like, I hate being sick, and there's nothing worse than being sick on a plane. And you just, it sucks. What are you going to do? Bolt up.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what made me sick, Mario? Thanks for the good transition here. Jasir Taylor. I can't stand it watching him play. I know this is a great game. It was almost perfect. If him and Molden didn't give up that touchdown on that when Bud Dupree jumped across the line, then it would have been a near perfect game. I asked this question to you before. I know you don't have an answer for me, but what does he do well? Why is this guy on the team? Like, the Chargers have a very good defense, and there's no reason why he should be playing. Why isn't Dean Leonard in the game? Why doesn't he get a play in? Why doesn't Jamari Sawyer get a play for Trey Pipkins? Trey Pipkins didn't play today. The pass blocking was phenomenal. I understand the Patriots aren't great, but you still got to block NFL players. I don't understand why Trey Pipkins doesn't play anymore on offense, and then you have Jasir Taylor that doesn't play anymore on defense, right? That seemed like two easy fixes for anybody that has two eyes watching the game.
I'm completely with you. I think too, look, this was a game that it didn't matter much. The Chargers owned them from start to finish. But what happens, Dave, when Jasir Taylor makes a stupid play and it's against the Ravens in the first round of the wild card? And maybe that decides the game, right? Maybe it's a pass interference penalty on a key third down that extends their drive and kind of takes momentum away. What if he gets beat on a touchdown pass to win the game? Like, what if it's in those key moments that matter against teams in a big playoff moment? Because that's going to happen. That's, when you play teams and, that highest of levels, they find your weaknesses and they expose them. And he's a big weakness on our defense. Did it help that Molden goes down today? First off, why was that guy even playing, dude? When they were showing him in the warm-up, I was like, that guy's like, I'm in better shape than him currently. I can't put anything down. I've been throwing up everything. Like, I was rattled that he even got in there, and then he put it back in after he comes out and they get the card out. I was like, God, can someone take his helmet away? Like, just take it away, or take his knee brace away too. Just don't let it back in the game. I didn't understand that one at all. But hey, we won. We're going to the playoffs.
Dude, they're going to the playoffs. I mean, this team a year ago, 5 wins. I mean, they doubled their win total already with the first year with Harbaugh. Look, this roster is not a good roster. I mean, everything is really positive, but we're going to look back at this and go, it's amazing that Jim Harbaugh made it to the playoffs in his first year with the Chargers with this roster. There are a lot of guys on there that you're going, you got to be kidding me. That guy was on the team. What did you expect? It's pretty amazing where they're at right now. Now, look, people say they had an easier schedule. A lot of teams had easy schedules this year. They aren't in the same situation where the Chargers are at. So when you look at an NFL season where there's so many teams that are so far below 500, more than I can ever remember, what the Chargers have done. Remember, just this year, the Chargers picked 5th in the draft. Now, all of a sudden, they're one of the top teams with the top records in this league. Just an amazing job. I mean, it is only going up from here. There's so many teams that are bad that don't even have room for the salary cap moving forward to say, space. They talk about the Patriots and they have a bunch of space. Well, the Patriots, all they have really is a quarterback. For the Chargers, they have the quarterback and they have the coach combination. So with the Chargers and all the money they can spend during the offseason, Josh threw a couple trade ideas out there on Twitter or X during the game that I thought were interesting. We can get into those as well. But what this team is doing right now, I think a lot of Charger fans feel, let's just ride this out. Let's just see how this goes. Let's ride this thing out, because they have gone much further than a lot of people expected. And let's be honest, a year ago at this time, when we started hearing the rumors that Jim Harbaugh was going to be the coach of the Chargers, there's not one person I know, even the biggest optimist, who said the Chargers were going to be a playoff team in 2024. It would have sounded ridiculous to say. But with one game remaining in the season, the Chargers right now are a playoff team. They have come so far in such a short time. It's pretty incredible.
Amazing. I mean, today was great for multiple reasons. Chargers clinched the wild card today. Ladd McConkey has 100 catches in his rookie season. Name a team that has a more clear number one than the Chargers with Ladd McConkey, right? I mean, he should have 3 touchdown passes if Justin Herbert didn't overthrow him on that last one. It's amazing what Ladd McConkey has done to this team. Looking forward to the playoffs. And I know we have a game next week against the Raiders, but looking forward to the playoff game that we're going to eventually have. We need to depend on somebody more than Ladd McConkey. Call me crazy, Mario. Stone Smart has the second best hands on the team. Like, that guy is automatic. Horrible name for a tight end for anybody that wants to catch a ball, Stone Smart. But that guy is reliable. I would love to see a guy like him get more targets going forward. Quentin Johnston, to me, is a guy that you just do on intermediate routes. We talked about that in the past. Josh Palmer got hurt today. DJ Chark's not somebody you can rely on. Will Disley has played above his head. But Stone Smart, to me, Mario, is a guy looking forward. We could have a tight end that makes a difference.
I'm we're on the same wavelength on this. I want Stone Smart a lot more interaction within the offense. He's proved multiple times the past 3 weeks that not only can he be relied on as a target, he can be relied on in very key moments. And he can make the hard catches. He can make the hard plays. Why not go to him more, right? Hayden Hurst, I have no idea if that guy's ever going to freaking come back. Disley, for some reason, is oddly good at screen passes. He has the slowest juke I've ever seen in my life, but somehow guys dive at it. I'm like, all right, that was weird. But Stone Smart, I mean, his ability to just make catches in traffic and to kind of attack the football. Let's be honest, guys, that's what's missing on this team. We don't have a receiver that attacks the football like he does, right? We just don't. We want Quinn Johnson to do it, but he can't do it. And then Palmer doesn't do it either. He's the only guy that, attacks the football, has the length to do it, has the size to do it, and has the strength. That's going to be key for us, Dave. And as long as we keep, having him more and more in the offense, I think the Chargers will be more and more successful throughout the year.
I'm curious to see when you talk about what you hold up your sleeve, for the postseason, something to show. I think Josh said it the other day, saying, or one of you guys said it, when you face John in the playoffs, what can you possibly show that your brother doesn't know that you have? And we talk about this all the time. Does it become a double tight end threat? I mean, with the kind of defense that the Ravens or other teams have, I mean, how many times have we seen, the Charger offense where you say, okay, Disley and Smart, as crazy as that might have sounded before the season began, to use those guys as serious weapons? Disley only had a couple of receptions today, but he had that one play that I really enjoyed. It was the out pattern where it looked like you're just going to catch it and go out of bounds. And then all of a sudden he says, no, I'm going to do a 360 and I'm going to go up the field. One thing about tight ends, they never just give themselves up, right? Tight ends are known for being tough and taking those hits. They're basically extension of offensive linemen. I like what I see. Stone Smart, I'm with both of you guys. I'd like to see him more involved in the offense because I have faith in Ladd, and everyone else's hands not so sure. Josh Palmer has, zero separation ability. I know they try and get him the ball and see what Josh Palmer can do, and we're all rooting for him. But, targeted 6 times today, 4 receptions, a total of 41 yards for Palmer. He's almost looks like a veteran that's been in the league 13 years. That's just trying to hang on to his last year in the NFL. And it's just not that guy. It's just not that offensive threat to a serious NFL team.
Breaking news, Elijah Molden suffered a broken fibula. He will be out for the remainder of the season. That sucks. I felt good 5 seconds ago. That's terrible.
He broke it like literally it looked like standing there. Like just standing there.
Non-contact injury.
Or it's kind of weird. I mean, you hear about tears and stuff all the time, right? And ligaments. But to see a broken bone kind of standing there, unless he broke it and the pain kicked in just then when he was standing there. Anthony Davis is like, what the hell? That was weird.
I mean, that sucks, dude. Elijah Molden is one of my guys that I really liked. One of the people that I really liked on this team. That's terrible. I mean, damn it. A couple guys, though, Mario, that I would like to point out that I think played really well. I'm biased. Tony Jefferson balls out every single game.
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game he balls out. Like, Tony Jefferson needs to be on the field way more. Dean Leonard obviously needs to be in for Jasir Taylor. But your boy, Darius Davis, I think, needs to be on the field more. He makes an incredible catch today for a touchdown. Back-to-back weeks, he has a touchdown. I mean, we're talking about different targets for Justin Herbert. Would you like to see Darius Davis get some more opportunities?
I just want him used in more unique ways. I think that's what I really want, right? Like, let's use his speed to advantage. Let's put him in motion and then hike the ball as he's in motion, let him sprint up the field. Something like Mike McDaniels doesn't do a lot of things well currently, but that is something that he is nailed to with Tyreek Hill, even like Jalen Waddle, like the motion. And then as soon as, they hike the ball, they go full speed. It's, you're first off, the DB is just at a huge disadvantage because he's staying in one place and the receiver's already in motion. It's huge for the offense. That's why I want to see more of Darius Davis. It was a hell of a catch today. Should have had a return for a touchdown if it wasn't for a holding call. I just think he's a very exciting player, and he's, Dave, what I would call like a momentum player, where like he's going to create big plays for you that just swings the momentum a different way, swings the energy into your direction. And if you can kind of get him involved in that offense, that's going to be killer, man. And he's only going to get better, by the way. Like, this is his second year with the Chargers and second year with the new coach. Just wait till you see what happens when he's, fully 100% and great into the system, and that Harbaugh and crew really know what they have.
Man, I hope that's the case. I mean, again, I'm curious to know what the coaches see, what they have, right? We talk about some of these coaches that seem like they show stuff in the regular season. We talked about the Lions the other day, ran a play. That was a pretty cool play. It's like, why would you run it now when seem like you're all set for where you're going to be in the postseason? Why wouldn't you save that for when you really need it? When this is a do or die game. Kind of strange. I'm kind of curious to know, does Greg Roman change anything up? Does Jesse Minter change anything up? You just talked about losing a big time player, saying a guy that the Chargers have relied on. We have seen message after message every show. Hey guys, what happened to Asante Samuel Jr.? What's going on? I was saying, I think Asante Samuel Jr. thinks it's 2020 and he's still working from home. I mean, what happened here? When we got a defensive back that works remote. So, Josh, what happens? Where's Asante Samuel Jr.? Does he?
Asante Samuel Jr. never going to play a game for the Chargers again. Never going to play a game for the Chargers again.
I agree.
Never. Yeah, ever.
I don't think he's ever going to play again.
I like him. I just don't think there's something going on that we all don't know about. He's just never going to play for the Chargers again. Mario, do you agree with that?
No, not at all. I mean, like he shouldn't play for him again. That's what I mean. Also, can we give a quick shout out
Sure.
to Dorian James? How about 2
Amazing.
sacks today?
Oh,
Holy
and
hell!
a fumble recovery.
My lord,
Who picked
like
him as the pick to click? Says he's gonna do something big today. This
You
guy.
did.
yeah,
This guy.
smoke that cigar, big man.
I can hold it down. If I asked you to smoke a cigar right now, you would not be able to hold it down.
I would die. I hit some type of device to make sure I thought it would make me feel better. Boy, did that backfire.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oh
Anyways,
boy. All right,
Dorian
let's
James.
get in some of these messages here. People want to celebrate.
Yeah,
the
we
win.
got a ton. We got a ton of these. We'll kick it off with AK 199. Says great win, dominate playoffs. Here we come, AFC. Yeah, like I said, the Chargers clinched a playoff berth today. It's awesome.
There you go, AK. It's a good day for you as well. Celebrating even outside of California. By the way, hats off to all those Charger fans that were at the New England Patriots Charger game today. How cool was it for Ladd McConkey to give that ball to a fan wearing a Charger jersey with number 15 on it? She was shocked. She was shocked. She was like, no way. I love how she couldn't even see him over the railing. Like she had no idea why she was getting called down the aisle. And they're like, oh my God, there he is, that little guy. He's going to give me the football. That's cool.
Also, kind of shocking that big of a presence in New England.
Yeah.
You know,
And
like I know
again,
they suck right now, but that's a big fan base.
Well, also, what's the deal with Chris Rose taking a shot? Well, it must have been Charger fans at a family back east that decided to travel back for the holidays. What? Well, you saying there are no Charger fans back east? Calm down a little bit. Mario's back east. He's been a Charger fan his whole life.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was
Show some respect, Chris.
Yeah, come on, Chris. Come on, Chrissy boy. Also, the announcers got a lot of shade today on social media. I thought they did with the game that they were given. I thought they did fine.
Football
Did you
people
think
hate
that?
Chris Rose. Football people hate Chris Rose.
Which
'Cause
I like.
He's a baseball guy, but I don't hate him that much. But he is kind of annoying. A little bit.
Yeah, but like they were given a hard game, and I like they were trying to like they were throwing jokes in there, like they were trying.
I didn't think they were as bad as like Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez was definitely worse.
Yeah, I agree. It's very funny when Drake May got hurt. They're like, "Boy, do we hope May comes back?" Like,
He's
they're like,
gone.
yeah, they're like, "We're gonna cut this thing early if he's not coming back in."
You hate to goof on guys who have, concussion problems and, not sure. We didn't know the extent of the injury at the time. We just knew they took his helmet away and he went in the blue tent. Then he went in the locker room. But we had 2 televisions going. We had the North Carolina UConn college game going on right next to the game we were watching. Josh and I watched the game together. And I was like, right now they're asking Drake May, how do you feel? He goes, dude, I'm just happy to be at Fenway Park. I mean, what an honor to play for the Tar Heels against UConn at Fenway. This is pretty cool. Nah, dude, keep his helmet. Do not give it back to him. He has no idea that his college team is not who he's playing for this today. No, we're good.
Yeah, I think Belichick's going to turn this thing around. All right, take away.
Yeah.
All right, next one comes from Sean Bergen. 499 says, only reason I'd like to see the Bolts play the Ravens is because I'd get to go to that playoff game. Outside of that, got to do everything you can to get that 5th seed.
I think there's a good chance. If you look at the way it plays out, I think there's still a really good chance they do not face the Ravens. There's an opportunity there. They don't face the Ravens or the Bills in the first round, that they're going to catch the Texans.
All right, here's a remark. Out of every team in the NFL, the Ravens are the last team I'd want to face. Like the last team. I watched them the other day, and I'm like, I don't want to play that team. That's awful. I'd rather play the Bills. I'd rather play the Chiefs. I'd rather play the Lions if that was an option, or the Eagles. I don't want to play Lamar Jackson. I know he's never won, or he sucks in the playoffs, but Ravens are the last team I want to face in the whole NFL, Mario. That's just my opinion.
So the Ravens thing, I try to remind myself that you got Texans on a short week. I know the kind of Ravens were in that thing too. But also like they're very injury prone right now. I think we really overrated a couple of the guys on that coaching staff before this season, and now we're kind of seeing the silver lining on it. But if the Steelers lose out, which is possible, right? Like they lost this past week, and then they play the Bengals. So basically, we're the biggest Bengals fans in America right now.
Yeah.
Because if they get this, if Bengals went out and then we get the Texans, oh my God, that's a Christmas gift. Holy hell. There's no better team to face in the first round this year than the Houston Texans.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Next one comes from Roberto Castillon. He says, "Hey Dave, can you tell us about the 1995 Chargers?"
I was there. Hate to say it. I was there. I was there for the Chargers. So here's the deal. The 94 team was the one that actually made the run for the Super Bowl. And then the 95 team was the season. That's one thing about football you always get thrown off about, especially since the Super Bowl is now in February. But it was the 95 season was the year after. It was disappointing. They lost. If I'm not mistaken, just off the top of my head, I think it was the 95 team that lost to Jim Harbaugh and the Colts in the playoffs.
I just Googled it. You're right.
I am right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
Gets
memory.
Colts. Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from Sean Bergen. Says, "But both the F up boys. Woo! That's my best Ric Flair. That's terrible."
I would match yours, but I'd throw up.
No, we don't want that. All right. Next one comes from AK999. Says, "My coach want the smoke. My QB want the smoke. My defense is hungry. I want the smoke. Give me the Ravens. Give me this ugly bird. Lamar is trash. In the playoffs, I'm not afraid of them." Yeah, no. No, I don't want to play the Ravens.
Okay, AK man, I'm as excited as you are, but look, the Ravens defense is, I hate to say it, they've kind of figured it out, right? We used to goof on the Ravens defense, and that was the weak spot. The Ravens defense has figured a lot of things out. I think there are a lot of teams in the NFL that don't want to see the Ravens. I think every team in the NFL does not want to see the Ravens right now.
Silver lining. We'd see him for the second time.
How did it go the first time?
Not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one comes from Mike G, $10. He says, I love this comment. He says, "Davis should have been our Xavier Worthy this year, and Smart is our best receiving tight end. I'm glad the coaching staff is starting to see that." I love the Xavier Worthy comparison. If Darius Davis can catch the ball, right? Because a lot of problems with these returners or specialists, like they can't catch, but he can. So I don't get why you just don't give him more opportunities to fly down the field. If he beats a guy a few times, that could be an easy touchdown.
One thing I like about Darius Davis is that dude loves football. Like, he loves playing. Like, there are a lot of guys you watch in pro sports, you're like, that guy looks like he could take it or leave it. This guy loves being on the field. You know, every opportunity. I'm sure he's been undersized his entire life as far as no matter what level. He was probably small in high school. And at the same time, this guy loves being a football player.
Faster than fast, baby. Let's give him the ball more. Shout out to all the short kings out there. Keep kinging it.
You say that, man, but we've seen you in person, Mark. You are not short. I don't know why in your mind you act like you're Spud Webb. You are not short.
Because in my heart, I'm Spud Webb.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I don't know if that's good.
You got a little Spud Webb in you?
Yeah, a little Spud.
I'd rather you were short and acted like Arvydas Sabonis. Like you were a big monster.
Yeah, that's if you meet all my friends in Indy. It's like all guys are 5'8". They're 6'4".
Next one comes from AK999. Says, Chiefs fans, enjoy your dynasty. You saw that game. All good things come to an end, and I promise you, you will be like the Patriots in a couple of years. You going from roses to the grave. R.I.P. Mahomes and KC.
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, let's bring it up right here. Is you're hearing a lot of people this week saying the Chiefs, this might be Mahomes' best team. I couldn't disagree more. I think this is honestly one of the worst Chiefs teams I've seen.
That team is not that great. How can anybody say that?
I mean, we said that last year.
I know. I understand they're winning, and the scoreboard's all that matters. I say it all the time, but I just don't see the Chiefs to me as being. If you can finish the first in that race this year, man, you get my ultimate respects. And there's just no getting around Kansas City. I just don't see it this year. There are too many dangerous teams like the Bills, the Ravens, the Lions. They're, to me, so much more dynamic. I know the Chiefs wait for you to make a mistake and get you at the end, and the referees help out a lot. But the last couple of weeks, the Chiefs have played, to me, their best football. I just don't think the Chiefs are that great this year.
Can my counter be to that? We haven't seen Mahomes as best this year. I think that's the scary part. And then we're coming up to that point where we see his best, and when we see his best, it's kind of game over. That's what scares me.
I think the Chiefs team that beat the 49ers in their first matchup in the Super Bowl is his best team. I think we take away Tyreek Hill, and you really just don't have that guy to replace him. I know Xavier Worthy's very good, but he's not Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I just think that team's better. But Mahomes does enough to win the games, so you really can't knock him. 15 wins, 1 loss. I don't think they're very dominating. When you watch the Chiefs, they don't look like they dominate much. Against the Steelers, they did, but for the most part, they haven't really dominated teams like the Lions have and the Ravens have and the Bills have. So I don't know if this is his best team. We'll see.
Yeah.
right.
This whole team gives me pause. This is a good question, actually. Next one.
All right, next one comes from Randy, $20, says, what do you think the Bills had a difficult time with against the Patriots last week? What do you think, Mario?
Division game is one. Teams will always get up more for division games because they're rivals. When they sit down with the owners at the end of the year, the bosses, the general managers, the first thing that's brought up, right, is the divisional games. How did you do in those? Did you win them? Did you lose them? How did it go? Did you get swept by everyone? That's not going to look good in front of your bosses. Did you go 1-1 with the Bills? Did you go 1-1 with the Jets? 1-1 with the Dolphins? Stuff like that matters. And at the end of the day, that's what I think a lot of organizations point to is like, could we even do good in our division? Because if you don't win your division, you're not going to win overall. So bigger spot, bigger emotions, bigger rivalry, bigger moment, I think, for the Patriots as a whole. I think the part of the reason why they really struggled today, Dave, was it was kind of a come down of all that, right? Like it was they kind of did everything they could to win this game, win last week's game, and then they didn't. So they're all just kind of coming back down to earth. You play a pretty good playoff team, you get your butts kicked.
I have no idea why the Bills struggle with the Patriots. We've seen this in the past, even when Belichick was there, and you should never have a let-up game when Belichick's been kicking your ass for years. But remember the game when the weather was so bad a couple years ago, Buffalo and New England? I think New England threw the ball only 2 times.
Yeah,
but yet, right. But Belichick, again, he owned them. I mean, you shouldn't have a slip game, when you're facing a team inside your division. There should be always that animosity, especially when the team that you're favored to win by so much over has embarrassed you for years, literally kept you out of the playoffs for years. That's to me one of those where I think you always have to go back to the head coach. How did you not have these guys ready to go? I mean, you saw what New England had today. They don't have a lot of talent compared to the Bills, especially. It didn't make any sense how that goes. It's one of those where if I'm Bills ownership, I'm going, are we sure we have the right coach? Like, how does this happen against the Patriots multiple times in just a few years?
Yeah, the
Took
Patriots
a while to wake up.
sucks. Yeah, the Patriots receiving core makes Quentin Johnson look like Jerry Rice. They're awful.
True.
It's so bad. Next one comes from Sean Bergen. Says, anyone know where Alohi is? Well, we know he's injured. I don't know what the timetable is for him to come back. Do you know, Mario?
He was hurt in the Ravens game, and he was put on IR, so he should be flirting with at least coming back. But also at this point, would you rush him back? Would you want to? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should rest guys next week because of the possibility of moving up. At the same time, I wouldn't rush a guy to be back, such as him. Like, I'd be like, we can wait it out until the playoffs.
Yep. All right. Next one comes from Demetrius Jones, 1999. He says, have y'all heard of the recent trade rumors now, including Tyreek Hill to the Bolts, as well as Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins? Who would y'all want out of the 3 if you could choose one? Dave, you go first. Who do you want out of those 3?
I know Tyreek Hill's the best player. Like, if we were doing fantasy football, we'd take Tyreek. Look, if Tyreek was a Charger, yes, I'd cheer for him. Is Tyreek my least favorite guy in the NFL? He is, more than anybody currently on the Chiefs. Dude, he's a bad dude. I mean, I don't care about the personal stuff with the 5 kids in 1 year, which is bizarre as hell considering he's a married man. Like, I have no idea how you show up to any holiday or family reunion with your wife and the kids you had with her when everyone knows you had 5 with other women, and look family members in the eye on her side. It just seems crazy to me. Like, I can't imagine doing that at all. Like, I'm trying to think. Put it this way. I've been with my wife for a long time. I still walk in the door going, did I screw up somewhere before everyone starts giving me the side eye? And like, there's no comfort zone. What's the comfort zone for that guy? But dude, he's a bad dude. Look him up, man. He punched a pregnant woman in the stomach. He broke one of his kids' arms. I mean, he's a bad guy. I really don't want him wearing a Charger uniform. He's wearing one. Of course, I want to win games. It sounds shallow as hell. But yeah, let's go to the other 2 guys. You can get Garrett Wilson and T. Higgins. Josh and I broke this down today. It's the 2 smartest guys sitting there watching the game this morning. You can trade for Garrett Wilson. You can sign T. Higgins as a free agent. Look at what that would do for this Chargers offense next year. You can get both of them. I'd love to see both of them in a Charger uniform.
What do you think, Mario?
If I had my choice of the 3 because of what we need at the wide receiver position, I'd go T. Higgins because we need a bigger guy, right? Like Garrett Wilson, I would take, but not that Garrett Wilson and Ladd are the same player, but we kind of, we kind of have like something. So we already have a guy that's quick. We already have a guy that's, our 3rd down go-to. I want Higgins that can go get the football when it's, ball on the 5-yard line, Bo Nix, please throw a pick. God damn it, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
Sorry. I really want the Bengals, and I bet the Bengals. So if they let me down, then I don't know. I'm going to stop taking my antibiotics and just hope the sickness comes back. But because of the type of player T. Higgins is, I really want T. Higgins over those three. And Tyreek Hill's older, and he's just got extended on his contract to Miami. I'm all set with him.
Josh, who do you want? Josh, you can't hear. He just pulled that AirPod out. Josh. Screw it.
Jeez. Should we go to the next one?
God
All
dang,
right.
I feel like I'm
We'll go to the
talking
next
to
one.
my grandfather. Can't hear a damn thing.
I got it. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who do you want as your receiver?
I want. God, I thought Garrett Wilson was taller than 6 feet, and then I looked him up, and he's 6 feet. And then T. Higgins, he's what, 6'4"? I agree with Mario. It makes a lot of sense to get a 6'4" receiver. I would take both of them over Tyreek Hill. I'd be happy as hell to have either one. But I guess I'm with Mario. T. Higgins would probably be my guy, but Garrett Wilson, maybe we could have all three, with Lad McConkey. Who knows? All right. Next one comes from Mike G. $2 says, who do we rest against the Raiders? I'll go first. Nobody. We got to win this game. Absolutely. I'm not for resting anyone. Hopefully you can beat the hell out of them like you did today against the Patriots and avoid injuries. And I know Elijah Molden got hurt, but hopefully nobody gets hurt next week.
What do you think, Dave? The first half, go up big, rest the guys in the second.
No. God dang it. Look, we don't run, Mike. It bothers me when you guys say stuff like this. Look, you play until like today's game. When you know that you have the game wrapped up, then you can pull guys out. You want to beat the Raiders. I understand it helps the Raiders out to lose that game. The Raiders are going to win, by the way, against the Saints. They're going to screw themselves and fall even further in the draft. But here's the deal. You want to win. You want to beat Tom Telesco. You want to beat the Raiders. You want to establish dominance. The way this is set up, the Raiders should be the team picked to finish last for the next 5 years in that division. Every other team in that division in the AFC West already has quarterback coach combination. The Raiders have neither. Let's stick it to the Raiders. Why give them anything? There's no way in hell. I don't rest anybody. I don't like the whole rest move. I don't like it. Look at the Colts and Peyton Manning. They used to rest guys all the time right before the playoffs, and they lost all the time in the playoffs. Not a rest guy. Don't run scared.
God, you just took me back a little bit. I forgot the Colts did that.
Remember that? They'd have like the best record in the AFC, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're going to rest Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, and then all of a sudden the Colts come out look terrible with 2 weeks rest. It's not good. I don't want to do that.
All right, what do you got next, Mario?
We got
Charles Oglesby 199 says road trip to Houston. Let's go. I agree with what Mario said a few minutes ago. That is the best matchup you could possibly hope for on either side of the NFL, of the conferences. So I agree. I'd rather really want to go to Houston. The Chargers, Mario, I think are an actual better team than the Texans.
I'm actually with you, especially at the way the Texans are right now, where they have so many guys hurt. Yeah. And plus, can we please face a Bobby Slowick offense with that play calling? I mean, my Lord.
Dude, the Texans right now don't want to face anyone. Like whoever's doing their show this weekend, they're sitting there going, who do we want? They're probably picking the Broncos or the Chargers too. Here's the deal, man. You guys can't beat anyone. You know you've run out of gas. If you're a Texans fan, you're going, man, it started out great. We have zero chance of having success in the postseason. The Texans are completely lost. They are.
Also, I feel bad for him too, because you can't, I guess they shouldn't be fired, but if you wanted them to be fired, let's say, very hard to make that argument to Slowick or Ryans. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they should be, but because they won the division still, they still got in the playoffs for back-to-back years. You know what I mean? But then you go, all right, your division's the worst in the NFL by a mile.
By a mile. Terrible division. Those guys with the Texans, it's over. Whoever they face, they're losing. Texans are losing. Bet the house on that. They can jump on that goddamn mechanical bull. Enjoy your winter. I almost cussed at those guys right now. I don't even know either one of them.
You want to hear the fattest thing that I've ever heard? And I think I already said this on the show, but I got to say it again. They have a ranch fountain at the Texans Stadium.
That's so fatty.
No way.
Dude. And that, you know what's
ranch dressing?
Ranch dressing. And you know what's next to the ranch fountain?
Chocolate fountain?
Cheese?
A buffalo sauce fountain.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah. I remember this is totally off topic. I went to Texas for a baseball thing, and it was the most overweight, obese people I've ever seen, like all over the place. remember I got a side salad and it was filled with like sausage and bacon. I'm like, dude, this is a salad.
Yeah, you just give me a cheeseburger.
I was
They
like, holy
say
hell.
the most obese people are in Milwaukee and Houston. You know that?
Mm, all
Yeah,
that cheese, man.
all that cheese.
Beer.
The Midwest is gonna get thrown in there, dude. You try to eat healthy in the Midwest, good luck. Besides, if you're in like a Chicago
You know what they
Dude, I
call
remember-
you know what they call a hot chick in Milwaukee, Mario?
visitor,
Yeah, nice.
yeah.
Good one.
Hey,
You know what's so
been around the
here's
block,
the deal.
brother.
Here we go. So, here we go. Here's since we're on the game that's completely not popular in 2024. If someone asks you on a scale of 1 to 10, you know what they are. If you ask them what they are, if you take the number 7 out, you get the honest answer. Okay, so say, hey, rate this person on a scale of 1 to 10, but you can't
Ooh.
give it a 7. Then the truth comes out. You ever hear this, Mario?
It's free
No,
advice, by the way.
Yeah, on everything. By the way,
I
on
like
everything. If you say you give a rating scale, always take the number 7 out, and then you see
Cop out.
exactly what people
7's
think.
a cop out. Yeah.
I was about to say because I would say as soon as you asked that, my first number would be like I would say 7 and be like
Yeah.
7, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
I've been. Josh and I were in Massachusetts in 2018. Last time we were there, Massachusetts, and I always say Massachusetts 10 is easily a California 6, right?
100%.
There, I remember there was one time I was in I think this was in college. Someone was like, give your this like one of our friends out or girls was like, give your rating like 1 through 10, and they were making the guys do it. And one of my like boys said he was like he goes, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm probably like an 8.6. And we're like, you're giving yourself that like just a little
be
bit
honest,
bigger of
I
a
like
kid, like
I like
you
your
know,
I'll be honest.
yeah. We were like that. I almost said his name. He'd be so hurt if I said his name. But we were all like, buddy, you're aiming really high. Like, go low.
You got to go low on that.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
gotta go low.
Al said, by the way, that Lad gave the jersey to his aunt. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's true or not, but good.
That was
for
our
him.
Yeah,
next
apparently it is. Again, we got 30 comments about
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, from Demetrius Jones 999 says the woman Lad gave the ball to was his aunt. That's why she was down there. Yeah, there you go. All right, I think we skipped one with
Yeah, we did.
Uncanny. There we go. Uncanny Suit 97 199 says, "Who's got it better than us? Nobody." I love Jim Harbaugh, my favorite coach for the Chargers, maybe ever. Here we go. What the hell? Beers beats Bolt Up Fanatica, $2 says, you see Patriots cornerback get mad at Lad, and Lad was unfazed. I missed it. Did you guys see it? I missed that.
I did see that. I know exactly what he's talking about. You saw it. You were sitting right next to me. It was when it looked like he was trying to pick a fight with Lad, and Lad wouldn't basically push back. He just left his arms down, didn't jaw back, nothing. It was exactly what you're supposed to do. I mean, those flags that come in after the play's over are embarrassing, insane. I mean, he was just trying to get underneath his skin, and he acted like he wasn't even there. It was perfect.
It was beautiful.
Lad's a pro. It's pro.
All right, I love this. 499 says, bolt the F up, Josh. Hope to see you again at the courts in Eastlake to talk more ball. Tony J, baby. This is my boy. I love pickleball. For anybody in South San Diego who wants to play pickleball, hit me or my boy up here, and we will play anytime. That's our thing. We love pickleball. I love pickleball, Mario. Played for 4 hours this morning. It's great.
Dude, that's fun. That's a good time.
Dude,
good
pickleball's
time.
the best. Twisted Dame, $5 says, bolt up, guys. Love the show. Do you think Herbert sits next week, and who else will join him on the bench? It's great to be playing for something. Like we said a few minutes ago, I don't think Herbert sits, and I don't think they sit any starters until the game is out of reach.
Mario, you seem like a guy that wants to sit him. Do you? I mean, I already said what I had to say, but do you want to see the team sit, guys?
I think you should read it. Like, I think play until half. If you're up big at half, and like, let's say the Bengals are up like 28-7 on the Steelers, or like something like that, then I think, okay, we can sit our guys. Or like if the Bengals lose this week, you know, and I don't know. Like, I think maybe get a read on the whole situation and where we're at with the other teams that's playing. And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the times haven't been announced, but I'm pretty sure Bengals and Steelers would also play before us, right?
Ooh.
They should. Because it'd be 1 o'clock and it's Vegas.
Yeah, every game
Raiders.
is listed as TBD, right?
Yeah.
So they should play before, but they mix those games up on the East Coast. You never know which way they go. You know, it's also Antonio Pierce's last game. Like, you know, he wants to win. I mean, if Telesco in the front office, who knows they're coming back, saying, hey, look, we're going to rest Max Crosby. We're going to rest certain guys on this team. To act like, we can't take a chance of them getting hurt, but in reality, we're protecting our draft pick because Antonio screwed it up last week. Antonio Pierce really wants to win that game. Tom Telesco really wants them to lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. The Raiders could completely mess this up more by beating the Saints this weekend and then beating the Chargers. I mean, they could fall out of the top 10 when you were picked to be number 1 a week ago.
It's great. I hope the Raiders really beat the Saints. They're idiots. Okay, next one comes from Angie Barra. 499 says, great W and a great season. It was even a pretty stress-free season. Definitely not used to that. I think she meant stress-free game. Yeah, most complete game of the season. Do you agree with that, Mario?
Yeah, absolutely. Never in doubt. Never. You can tell by the first snap, like, oh, the Patriots do not want to play today.
Okay, were you guys frustrated when you saw at the beginning of the game when QJ and Ladd both dropped balls?
Yes.
Were you nervous?
I wasn't nervous. I was frustrated. The thing with Ladd, I was frustrated with. Well, QJ, I kind of expect that, but with Ladd, he had a few drops. In the last few games, you expect him to catch almost everything. But that's it. I mean, Ladd was awesome as usual today. This is something I want to talk about. Actually, this next one from Juan Ayala, $5 says, Junior Colson looks like a middle school kid playing in the NFL. Him and Jasir Taylor are horrible. Junior Colson does not belong on the field ever. Like him and Jasir, I couldn't agree more with this comment. Him and Jasir should never be on the field. Junior Colson might be good next year, but this year is not his year. He shouldn't be playing, Mario.
So my first thought, and Dave, you correct me if I'm wrong. I'll circle back next year because I think Colson's going to be like Henley this year, where he just comes back firing, and he's one of our better linebackers, and he has a great season. I'm waiting for that for Junior. Remember, he was hurt like most of training camp too. Like his preparation for the NFL was cut a little short.
Okay. When they drafted him, I was really excited about that pick. Like if you asked me to pick who's the surefire guy out of the entire draft that's going to be successful, he was my pick. He's not NFL ready. He's just not an NFL player right now. He's not NFL ready. I will give you that. Mario was saying next year, let's see what we have. The fact that he was injured at the beginning of the year, fine. But where was the mental part? Physically, I understand you can't go. Where's the mental part? When he's in there, he reacts late. And then today, when he gets the penalty on the slide on Drake May, very frustrating, especially a guy that hasn't done anything all year long to give a first down and a 15-yard penalty. Frustrating to watch. I'm guarantee Harbaugh, who's known him since high school, wasn't pleased with that either. That's the immaturity. That's not being a pro's pro, like we just said about Ladd. I'm disappointed in Junior. I'm with Josh. The less he's on the field, the better. I think the Chargers are right now at this point. If everyone else is healthy, Jasir Taylor, dude, is never going to be a good NFL player. He's just not. It's just never going to be a good NFL player. I hate to say. I don't know what you do when you're that athletic and you're young and you can't play in the league, but he's just not. He's not good.
Yeah. All right. Next one comes from Gold Teeth Poo Productions, $5. It says, guys, I hope not, but I swear I got a funny feeling Fulton or Taylor are going to cost us in the playoffs. Start Cam and Tarheeb. Laugh out loud. I trust the rookies more. Couldn't agree more with you. Christian Fulton is really flirting with the line of screwing up a game for us. Today he gets a big penalty. I mean, didn't really cost us, but he gets a penalty, and then he drops an interception. And then Jasir Taylor just stinks. So neither one of those guys should be playing too much. Christian Fulton's going to get a lot of opportunities, but Jasir Taylor should never see the field.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I'm definitely scared that Taylor, similar to the dumb penalty he had today, does that when we're playing Baltimore in the playoffs. Does that if we're playing the Pittsburgh in the playoffs. Come on, did he get the first down? Let's freaking go. Does that similar if we even face the Texans, right? Like that's something that worries about being with Taylor be on the field. And Fulton, I mean, that's 2nd and 24, Dave. When he gets that penalty, he goes all the way to a first down. I mean, my Lord, man, you couldn't be dumber. Like, come on. Like, even if, you don't make that play, just make the tackle. Understand that 2nd and 24. That guy was going to gain, 8 yards? Okay, it's 3rd and 16. You're not, against a rookie QB. I think you got it.
What's funny about Fulton is every time I look at Fulton, like he looks like a guy, just the eyeball test that should have a great game. Like, I fall for it almost every week, and he has a good number. All right, I'm a jersey number guy. Guy number 7. Guy looks athletic, has a good NFL body. Like he's going to have a good game, and he disappoints me almost every single week. every single week. Kind of frustrating.
All right. Next one comes from AK 499. It says, Josh, I got a question. You are afraid of the Ravens. Okay. How many people have us go into the playoffs? We're playing with house money, bro. Relax. We are fine. I think we said before the season we expected to make the playoffs. I predicted 9 or 10 wins. We're at 10 wins so far. With that being said, you still want to have a good matchup. And the Ravens, to me, are not a team that anybody wants to play. And I think the Texans are a team that almost everybody would want to play. That's all I'm saying. I'm not scared. I'm not going to lay down. I mean, I'm not playing, but if I was playing, I wouldn't lay down because
it's not like you're getting on the plane. Like,
Yeah,
there's not one guy on the team. I'm not getting on the plane. It's not going to go good at all.
Yeah,
they're all going to try and show up and do their best. Look, John hate to say it, I think John is undefeated against Jim. I don't think Jim's ever beaten John. I think the dad's given all the good tips to John because, like, hey, remember Jim was an ass when he was a kid. John, you're still our favorite. I mean, what's the deal with Jim being, in his 60s, early 60s, and wearing the natural tint glasses when the sun comes out? I mean, dude, you're wearing glasses like you're 87 years old. What the hell, Jim? You're still a young, good-looking guy. Like, come on, it'll be a little bit stylish. Kind of bizarre. Like, Jim does not give an F about what he looks like, right?
He doesn't.
Not at all.
I mean, let's be honest here. If you did the scale of 1 to 10, I just said he took 7 out. Jim's in the upper echelon. Looks pretty good. Jim does not give a rat's ass. He looks like Ace from the movie Casino. He looks like goddamn Robert De Niro and stuff with the big frames. What are we doing here? Good Lord. Come on, Jim. You got some game.
All right. Next one comes from John, $10. He says, great content, guys. Thanks as always. I was at the game and it was great to see all of the powder blue. I love that too, man. It always seems like the Chargers are at the very bottom when it comes to fans that travel. Seems like there's been a lot of Charger fans at these away games.
I'm dying to know, is John watching this on Twitter or YouTube and his phone right now? Because I hear it's a nightmare to get out of Foxborough. Like, I think it's great, John, that you reached out to us right now. But I am dying to know how the traffic situation works getting out of there. They say that is the worst stadium in the league. If you basically you're going to a game, you're there the entire day. We'll see you at work on Monday. Kind of.
I think all the Patriots fans left after the third quarter. You might be okay.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say when they went to the crowd, it was empty.
Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from Sean Bergen, 199. He says, "Lad is him. F that washed up DB with an emphasis on F. What does F stand for?"
Oh, I thought you were serious. God damn. Gosh darn it.
All right. Next one comes from Alana Moore, $5. She says, "Did y'all get new Charger stuff for Christmas? Proud to be wearing one of my favorite. Sorry about that. Proud to be wearing one of my new hoodies right now. Bolt up, baby." Santa didn't bring me any Charger stuff. Just a lot of Viore for our family this year, which is kind of our favorite thing. So, no.
What is Ori? What is that?
Viore?
Yeah,
It's
is that
brand?
California? Yeah, San Diego based.
Like a Lululemon
brand.
kind of a deal.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like Lululemon.
very nice.
I think it's a little bit better.
So here's the funny thing, Mark. A couple things. One is, Alana, going back to your question one, I don't know about everyone else who's a Charger fan. I always go on the site and going, okay, what do I want? And then I'm like, I really like the Charger colors. I can't ever decide what the hell's the best shade to get. Do I go navy? Do I go powder? Even the yellow or even the black with the bolt up here, whatever. I have a sweatshirt I love. Obviously, I wear hoodies almost every goddamn show, but it's a navy blue one with the old Charger logo with the horse on it, and it says LA whatever LAC on it, but it's my favorite logo that the Chargers have, old school, like 1960 logo. I got it. So here come the jokes. I understand, but it's cool. But I was gonna get Josh these shoes for Christmas, and my wife's like, he doesn't need them, and then my wife ended up getting me the same ones, but they would have matched perfect with all of Josh's Charger gear. So my question for you guys, Mar, before you answer the question, I'm gonna throw another one at you real fast. If you had to buy a jersey today, a Charger authentic jersey, and you couldn't pick number 10, what jersey are you getting?
Oof, Gilman, or for the sake of the joke, Dicker.
I don't even think it's much of a joke. Guy's money.
Hell of a kicker.
Yeah.
He totally missed, by the way.
Dude, he missed that goddamn kick. That was crazy.
Okay, good point. Would have bring that up. He totally missed. He 100% missed that.
Was crazy.
100%
Nothing goes our way.
Yeah.
Nothing goes our way. I looked at Josh like, dude, he missed, and Josh didn't answer, and I'm like, am I crazy? Didn't he just miss? But Josh wouldn't answer.
Did you see It was almost like how the guy that's under the kick look like he gives the head nod. The other guy looked at him. He was just like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's probably like, this guy's automatic. They're probably like, this guy's automatic. He made that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, that never happens on the road. That's what's crazy. How's
guy
that not
looked at him.
reviewable?
The guy looked at him and he goes,
yeah.
Yeah, guy's like half arm, like one arm's down, one arm's up. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But dude, what the hell? How is a scoring play in the NFL not reviewable? That is insane.
It's stupid.
I have no idea.
What if that was the game-winning kick for the Super Bowl? Like, what if it decided the Super Bowl?
Oh, that'd be nuts. Yeah,
that'd be tough.
Right?
Tough
What happens to
go.
the Chiefs this year? Yeah.
All right. That's all with the comments. Any final thoughts, Mario?
So I got speaking of Christmas gifts, my parents got me. You guys ever heard of an Aura ring?
Yes, I have. Did you get one?
Okay. Yeah. So like I'm not a big ring guy. I always say when I'm older, I'm like when I hit like 60, I'm gonna get like a fat pinky ring and just really lean into like being
banging on the bar.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean into being a fat Italian old man. I'm gonna get like a tan every week. Like that's what I'm gonna lean into when I hit that age, and just kind of call it quits.
Getting tan if you're fat. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So like, go move to Florida. Like tell my kids, hey, you're gonna have to come down here. You know, your big man's not gonna live much longer. Like that's pretty much the end goal.
At 60,
I think 60, 65 is when I'm gonna be like, it's been fun. I think that's my limit. But anyways, so I got it. I was like, I don't really know how it is or anything. And when I was crazy thing is when I got it, it let me know like when I woke up in the morning, I was like, God, I feel really weird, and it let me know like what my body temperature was.
Yeah,
and like it pretty much told me I was sick. I was like, that's insane.
Wow,
that's all I have.
Have you seen this? It's like basically having an Apple Watch on your finger.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. But like if you're married, you could wear it as your wedding ring because it looks exactly like a wedding ring. But it's just curious, now that you aren't married, Mario, and you're still trying to catch anything you can. What finger did you put it on?
You're supposed to put on your index. Is what you're supposed to put on because that's your.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it says you're supposed to put on your index.
I've seen guys. I think Jimmy Kimmel wears it on his wedding ring finger. He's
really?
a big fan of it. Yeah, he's a big fan of them.
Dude, it's crazy what it tells you. Like it does more than an Apple Watch does, and a Whoop does. It's nuts.
Are you the only sibling that got one, or did your parents get everybody one?
No, I was the only one. They got me. Yeah, I just do that and like ask for really nice clothes. Yeah, they're like, you should.
Yeah,
you know. They probably, to be honest with you, they're a good Midwest family. They probably look at me and they think, well, we're a little worried about you. You don't have a wife or kid yet. You're 26.
Yeah,
just cut your hair. We don't really know why. Like, what's going on? Are you good?
There are a lot of kids in that family picture I saw, dude, that you guys posted. You got a lot of nieces and nephews for sure.
Yeah, they're a lab of diseases over there. I'm not kidding you.
Every kid is. Every little kid is.
Yeah,
it is why you're sick. Yeah, it's true.
Love them though.
Ask any new parent. They'll tell you the same thing. Their kids bring stuff home all the time. There you go. Oh my gosh. All right. We're back on Tuesday.
Back on Tuesday.
Yeah. We're back on Tuesday. By the way, in our picks, because Josh is trying to catch up. It's ridiculous, Josh, that you ended up having to take the Patriots in that, didn't you? When we did our picks on Thursday. That's insane. That one you should have just avoided. Said, you know what, I can't take the loss here. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a busy week, obviously, a weekend of football. We have 2 more games going on right now. We have Denver and Cincinnati, and then tonight we're going to have the Rams in Arizona, and then Sunday, whatever games are left, and Monday, of course, you have Monday Night Football. Then we'll be back on Tuesday looking at the playoff picture. More than likely, it should be decided what the AFC is going to be. We'll see exactly where things match up with the Chargers as well. But Chargers will be getting ready for the Raiders. We'll talk plenty about that. Mario, you got something to add? You're about to say something?
No.
Oh, you look like you're about to talk. All right.
Oh, sorry.
So we'll be back in a couple days on Tuesday, 1:00 Pacific time, doing the Bolt Crew podcast. Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the post game. And again, please subscribe, like the show. Thanks again, everybody, for the comments. And we will see you Tuesday at 1:00 for Mario Heron, Josh Palais. I'm Dave Palais. See you in a couple days, everybody.
Make sure to rate Dave. You can't use 7, 1 through 10.